Hey guys, welcome back. We're about to hop back into our game with Late Age Ulm. I figured I would just show you the games I'm in. The one of the games is Sound and the Fury, and I've got a lot of turns to go to kind of catch up with that. I think we're on turn 81 now, and we're starting off this episode with turn 61. Another is The Crucible, and that will be going up. Another is Natgen, and that's a game which I got my... It's actually really funny. If it were on Llama server where I had easy access to all the turns, I might put some of them up just because it's funny. I had really horrible expansion, and 4 different players have tried to take my capital, and I kicked them each out of my capital in kind of epic final battles where you just have a bunch of mages in your cap. So that was actually really funny. And I'm still hanging in that game. I don't know how, but I'm definitely not going to win it. But it's really funny. It's one of the reasons I think it's fun to not give up and to keep playing. Even if you're not going to win, it's just comic. Everybody has I'm this small little nation that nobody wants to mess with. And I don't really have the means to get much bigger because I can't keep anything. But I can doomstack that mage core and nobody is going to trade efficiently with it. So, what else? We've got Lord of the Flies, which is going up. And then I've got Disciples of YouTube, which is the multiplayer YouTuber series, which at this point in time, my partner is basically dead. We're at turn 30. Which I hope that's not a spoiler for this series by the time this video goes up. But it may be. And then I think that's it for... Well, let's see. Do I have any more on here? No. And the Disciples of YouTube and Natgen are actually network games where, So, anyway. They're not with Llama Server, they're with Earth.Snek, which is another way to play. I think that style of playing is a little better for game speed, because it's really easy to see who the last player is. You don't have to go check. It's there every time you log into the game. But it doesn't back up turns, so it's really hard to YouTube. So I don't think I'm going to be using it for any more YouTube games. So I think all my YouTube games are going to be from Llama Server. It's too disruptive for me, not being able to have all my turns backed up. Because I can't, one of the things with Dominions is you need to do, basically a turn a day. And stuff happens in life, you hang out, or you work, or you're busy, and maybe you just barely have enough time to get your turn in. You don't have enough, and turns, especially late in the game, can take me several hours, 2 or 3 hours. I'm not going to have time to do that and then record it every day. So anyway, very important for me that I can back up my turns. So we're getting more vampires. We got, every time you see Sanguine Heritage, that's a vampire count. Every time you see Curse of Blood, that's a vampire lord. So we're at 6 counts and a lord in one turn. Voice of Apsu. Okay, and the meat of it is we got into raiding Abyssea. So we're actually going to click on all these battles. We'll just see how our little raiding parties did. So here we see a bunch of crows. So this is an Abyssian blood hunting province. And this is one of the things that makes me very good at raiding, is I can potentially kill all of his blood hunters. He's got these little birds, which actually are really shitty in terms of defense, especially against something like vampires. And yeah, we are just going to kind of murder his PD here. Meanwhile, these guys are going to summon imps, and these imps are not going to do much against me. Imps, as a unit, they just have claws. They're fire resistant, but they don't do fire damage. If they did fire damage, they would hurt. Because vampires are weak to fire. So this guy actually looks like he might have taken some damage here. A little bit. No, he's okay. I think that one of my guys actually routed. He must have gotten hit and then failed a morale check. And these guys, what's going on here? They're routed, but they're too fatigued out. Probably from summoning imps, because one of the things, if you're doing really high fatigue spells like imps, yeah, you get 5 imps, but your duration between casting is so long that it's really hard for these guys to come out. So my skeletons took a long time running across the battlefield, but I probably should have killed more. So I think we killed... Oh, that must be a battle replay mistake, because in this version, we kill everybody. And nobody retreated. So I think that was a battle replay glitch, but that's probably going to happen a little bit more for the next few turns, just because I'm farther ahead in the game. So that seems to be when the replay glitches happen, is if you're watching it from like a previous version. Okay, wait. We're not going to watch all of these. So anyway, Jotunheim successfully raids. Okay, we're attacking Abyssea here. And this was our attempt on his god, so let's see if her god's here. Okay, so this is Abyssea's god. And it's got some kind of cool stuff. One of the things, it's really high in death and high in astral. And it has an amulet of resilience. And so this is going to give it pretty ridiculous regeneration. And when you're like Death 6, casting Horde of Skeletons costs nothing. So it's going to be able to probably spam out Horde of Skeletons like nobody's business. Way more than I'm going to. Who is this guy? Just a commander? Now this guy has 14 HP and this guy has 9. So it may target this guy for Soul Slay, which would be annoying. Okay, we get it, and then we target her. Now, she's only got 16 magic resistance. That is not enough to dodge Soul Slay. Now, they didn't do another round. I don't know if it's because my wolves are here. Okay, somebody's casting Soul Slay still. Okay, it says we got him. So let's take a look and see if that actually happened. Okay, indeed it did. And we got her items, which is quite nice. And then when she gets hit by Soul Slay, she's dead for a good long while. Was that in her Dominion? I don't think, no, it wasn't. I'm not sure what Bless she had. Probably like, let's see. So he started moving this army out. So this army was intending to just move in and take some PD and maybe go threaten a fort. It was not expecting to fight a big army. And a big army we found. And casting flaming arrows is not going to help that much against abyssea. Yeah, we're probably going to get our asses kicked here. I'm going to turn up the battle speed. You can see these tower shield guys, they are really strong against archer fire. I mean, and especially like flaming arrows they don't care about. We're, yeah, gonna get murdered here. So. That was a complete loss right there at 56. We lost our mage, we lost 80 Rangers of Ulm, killed basically nothing. Okay, we successfully raid, we're not going to watch this one, we successfully raid that ocean province. Here is one Skelly commander going, or one vampire that is going to take on PD. And this is probably overkill, you can probably do this with one guy. These were my guys scripted to attack, so they're going to fire off some Horde of Skeletons and then they're just going to jump in here. And so you can see that was overkill. We probably could have done that with just one dude, but I didn't really know how much PD he had, and, you know. Better safe than sorry is not actually a great motto for Dominions, but anyway, yeah. Okay, we're going to jump here and watch this one. Okay, so this is another Abyssian bloodhunting province. Now, these guys are scripted to retreat, so that's pretty smart. That's probably the better script for him if he's going to get raided by me. This guy is casting, I believe, Body Ethereal, and then not sure what next. Okay, he got killed. It's unfortunate. Yeah, these birds just basically immediately die. And I think these guys run the spell cast. Oh no, they're going to jump in and attack. Okay. Which one? I think that was this one. Yeah, so we lost our illuminated one. We killed their raiders. The illuminated one was not really necessary. Here we've got another battle. We're not going to watch that. That's probably the weakest of the PD. And then down here, we've got another battle. And this is actually... we're attacking onto this province, which has a good amount of population, I believe. And we're just going to murder the PD here. So, yeah, that was not bad. We got attacked by a Fiend of Darkness, which is a great little random event. This place is about to get attacked by barbarians, and I don't know if I have them scripted well enough for it. I don't think I do. Their script isn't right, so we're probably going to lose this, actually. It depends how well these guys do when they go off script. Oh, they'll probably just do Horde of Skeletons, so they may or may not be okay. I don't know. So anyway, if we look at it, not bad. We've got this army split up, and there's a good chance this army wants to move back in. So we can move a ton of dudes here and try to win a fight. Now, the script we've got for this is basically we've got a lot of communion slaves. We got this guy who's going to be casting Rain and Grip of Winter. Which I think it cancels out Heat from Hell if both are up, which is probably more the point of it. We've got this guy coming in to do a Master and Slave. And then we've got this guy doing Light of the Northern Star. Basically, it's a big Master and Slave play, which this is pretty early in the game for Master and Slave to be coming out in force. So we're going to be trying that. We've got... Basically, we've got a few things going on. We've got a shit ton of archers who are more or less just to break down the walls. But they're going to be doing flaming arrows and shooting. We've got a big wall of people who are going to be summoning skeletons. And then we've got a bunch of Master and Slave spam to come out. And hopefully between all of that... And we've got Life After Death, so that maybe we don't all die immediately. So hopefully this works. This guy's also doing Wailing Winds. That's going to be special. And yeah, that's the play. Meanwhile, we're going to continue to raid. So these guys are going to jump forward. These guys are going to jump forward. You can see I don't have Soul Vortex here. And I don't think I bothered to change the script. Basically, they're just going to do Horde of Skeletons. Every time you see Soul Vortex or something like that. We're successful raiding here. We're going to go on and move and raid here. And yeah, that's basically going to be the play, is let's try to weaken his blood economy, get out here raiding. We're going to also be moving a big army in here. Pretty similar, except there's not a big army that we're worried about. So we're going to be doing Power of the Spheres, Life After Death on this guy. This is my special vampire. Power of the Spheres, Enslaved Mind. Basically a bunch of Enslaved Mind, Soul Slay stuff. I'm expecting he could have a super combatant inside here, jump out and attack me. And so that's what we're going to prepare for. And I think that's it with this episode. There's... Lemuria is standing by there, not attacking me yet. And as much as I would love to go conquer these Utgardian forts, I'm worried if I leave that this big blob of dudes is going to come into me. And I don't really want that to happen. So, yeah. We're going to go ahead and hop to the next turn. So I would like to still do 2 turns per episode if I can. So that brings us to turn 62. And... Okay, so my mercs got murdered by a disease demon. Okay, a report from Miskia. Storm of fireballs appeared out of nowhere and struck the army located here. 87 units were hit, 69 of those were killed. Among those killed was Adolf, member of the second tier. So, That is right here. That was one of the big armies I had moving in to attack the Throne Province. This is a spell which, until this game, really, I didn't really know about. And it's crazy that I've been playing for so long and I didn't even really know about this spell. It's Flames from the Sky. And what it does is, I think it's 14, I could be wrong, like 14 fire damage, which is also armor piercing. And it does it to 50% of the units in the province, no matter what. You know, if they're in a fort, doesn't matter. If you have 40 units, doesn't matter, it's going to do it to 50%. If you have 1,000 troops, it doesn't matter, it's going to do it to 50%. What this does is it wrecks, like absolutely wrecks, human mage-based armies. The problem is not so much you lose the units, it's that you lose the commanders. And it's pretty expensive, 30 gems, but that's not that expensive. I mean, you can't be doing it all the time, but you can definitely do it for every big fight if you have access to it. The only thing is it's Evocation 9, so this is just cripplingly strong. He's doing Disease Demon. He gets a Fortune Teller, but yeah, didn't get my... Disease Demon doesn't work very well against vampires. We cast Voice of Apsu. Okay, I think that's a wolf herd, an illuminated one. Where is he casting that? I wonder, is this in my capital? No? Oh no, so it's on top of my fort. Okay, so... Okay, we also found a magic site. Now we're on to the kind of meat and potatoes part. So, first we see there's a ton of assassinations. So let's check this out. This is on top of the throne. There's a Slayer, and he's going to be casting Leech. And Leech is very effective against most units. So boom, dead. Now these are some of the best assassins in the game. The problem with them is they're cap only. And they're kind of expensive. But, I mean, look at that. There's just... I mean, vampires are pretty hard to assassinate in general, but these guys don't give a hoot. They just are murder machines. Killed another vampire, killed another vampire, killed... Okay, the Windmaster actually killed him. Let's see how that happened. That air elemental. What happens when the mage is gone and you have a unit? The unit won't continue to move in general, but it can attack. Something like that. So if it's next to him when your mage dies, you may be okay. You may still get some damage from your elemental. Okay, so we see the vile hookery that this guy is up to. Lemuria attacking Utgard. Utgard attacking Lemuria. These guys just endlessly trading. It's like two spam bots sending messages to each other. They're just going to keep doing it till the end of time. We kill some Great Hawks. We kill more stuff. This actually is kind of a good battle for us. Let's watch that. We ran into another blood hunting province. And a lot of PD. These guys are all fatigued out, but will we get to them before they can run? The answer is definitely not clear. We'll get some of them. So that battle, we got 2 of their mages, and then killed a shit ton of PD and troops, so we are quite happy with that. Battle here, we seem to have lost our vampire, so this is where we're stretching ourselves a bit too thin. Okay, this guy didn't even get soul drain off, so he's in a bit of trouble. Now, he was fine, but the heavy infantry actually kind of caused some problems. And if he had Soul Drain, he probably would have been okay. Was that this one? No. And then we also attack here. And I believe this one went a little better. So that is fine. Yeah, can't really complain. The rating thing is, well, I can't complain because we got nuked by this garbage. So anyway, we got our butts assassinated off here, which means a few things. One is we didn't move all the troops we were supposed to move, so this fort didn't get sieged down quite as fast. A lot of our troops died, and a shit ton of our mages died. Like, how are we going to bring human mages against Flames from the Sky? Now, at the time, when this turn happened, I didn't actually know what this spell was. I didn't know it existed. And when I read this, because this wasn't that many units, what I assumed he did was that he had been using a lesser version of that spell, which is basically Fires from Afar. Right, so with Fires from Afar, you know, I thought he cast this, like, 7 times, and he just killed a bunch of my mages. That was what it seemed like. Which, yeah, that would be like 70 gems. But no, he used something that was only 30 gems, which is this one, Flames from the Sky. So I didn't know. So I thought, like, okay, that was a one-time thing. We're safe now. And Fires from Afar actually is really, really useful if there's small groups of mages running around that don't have, like, if it's a mage-only army that doesn't have fire resistance, this is really good against it. But anyway. Okay, so anyway, we're getting our butts assassinated off here. I don't know what's inside. We have a few things we're going to try to do. We're also getting our butts assassinated off here. What we're going to try to do is just... On one hand, we don't want to have a lot of commanders here because we can get hit from Fires from Afar. On another hand, we need a lot of commanders to dilute the amount of damage the assassins are going to do. But at this point, I don't even really know the reason we shouldn't have a lot of commanders because I don't know there's such a thing as Fires from Afar. Or Flames from the Sky, I'm sorry. So we're basically just going to bring in tons of stuff. I've got troops coming in from all directions. We're going to try to kind of nuke that. We're sending horrors now, so horrors at 53. Let's see where 53 is. All right, so like right here, we're basically just going to start riddling his stuff with my stuff. And let me try to think. I can't remember if I start doing it this turn or next. I'm going to also start mind hunting. I'm either going to do it this turn or next. I'm going to start trying to zap these assassins. Yeah, I don't think I have the means to do it quite yet. But anyway, Mind Hunt is coming. Because I don't know, Abyssea can get astral stuff, and he may have astral mages, but I don't know if any are in here. If they're not, I'm going to zap the shit out of everybody inside of here, but I don't think I do it this turn. I think I wait. Or not wait, I think I haven't thought of it yet. So, basically, if we look at the siege messages here, we've got... Let's see what the forts are called. So one is Turtleglade, and the other is Hubberton. So Turtleglade, which is the throne, the walls are moderately damaged, more time required to break them down. I don't actually know what this translates to, but in my thinking, we've killed like a third of the wall. So that, to me, when I read this, that means I need like way more troops. The fort at Knobsville is unharmed. We need more men to breach it. So that... Wait. Oh, that's this one. Wait, what is the other one? Okay, we've started to destroy the fort in Hubberton. The walls are severely damaged, but more time is required for this breakdown to be complete. So this one, it looks like I'm pretty close on. So yeah, we're pulling up a shit ton of units, getting ready to go in, and yeah, that's basically it. My scripts are getting got so disrupted though. So every turn I'm having to come through and like reportion out my communion slaves, etc. What I thought would happen but did not was that the big army would attack me here. Now, it's possible, maybe he killed... I'm kind of wondering where that army went now. I wonder if during the assassination phase, he killed every single person I had on top of it. I think that might have happened. Well, let's see. Yeah, I think he killed every person I had on top of it. And I think what that means then is that this army that was here moved inside instead of fighting me. Which actually makes like a really big difference. If I had had a few more units so that we could have forced a fight with all the units that moved here, that would have been pretty huge. Because he probably was on like a move order, and he assassinated all my dudes on top, so that once they were dead, they snuck into the fort. I think that's what happens. And I don't know if at this time in the game I knew that's what happened, but I think that is what did in fact happen. So we're basically doing one PD in our raided provinces and jumping around. Like this one, I didn't even put a PD in for some reason. Oh wait, no, I didn't. It's because it's their fort. Yeah, and that's basically it. So anyway, a pretty good start to the raiding war with Abyssea, but not a great start to these shenanigans with all these remote attacks and stuff. The other thing I'm doing, this guy I'm actually trying to take care of. This is my guy that actually has gear. I don't want him to get hit by horrors, which I'm not sure if he would kill easily. So he's going to sneak out instead of his normal thing of like running around. And we're going to move... This guy was on like an attack script. And we're going to move people in. I think they're on a Horde of Skeletons script. Yeah, so these guys are going to come in with a totally different script. And we'll see. Maybe they are able to like survive there. But anyway. I think that's it. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you next time.